Hello, the internet, and consider me extremely amused. As it says in the description, I'm starting a new thing where I'm going to be reading the first chapter of various books to see if I personally think they're any good. You can see if you personally think they're any good. This is pretty much for everyone. Let me just tell a couple people I'm streaming. One sec. Let's see. Yeah. And I will get to everyone's comments probably at the end this time. So, all right, picture in picture. There we go. All right. So, Martinis with the Devil by A. Chamberlynn, Chapter 1. This did not have a sample to view, so I'm stuck reading the first chapter. I had just slammed back a cocktail and was happily contemplating my eternal damnation when the angel walked into my bar. That is a solid start. Okay. Solid muscle like all the warriors, and with that same self-satisfied, holier-than-thou attitude. It was the set of the jaw. Gave him away every time. He paused just inside the door, scanning the patrons to the right and left of him. After a moment, satisfied his glamour concealed him, he headed in my direction. I guess his glamour didn't conceal him that well, but that is beside the point. Oh yeah, I will be commentating a lot. The bar was packed, and no one but me seemed to notice that one of Heaven's own had just joined the party. I poured a bubbling green concoction into a martini glass and slid it down the counter to a customer as the angel leaned back against the black marble of the circular bar. He hooked me in an intense gaze and parted perfect coral-colored lips to speak. Maybe he's born with them, maybe it's Maybelline. I flashed him my highest beam smile. What'll it be, Wings? Can I interest you in a wild stallion cocktail? Real unicorn pheromones. I love Wings because that's the abbreviated screen name of streamer Wings of Redemption. Very amusing to me. His smug expression fell and a scowl replaced it. No thanks. I'm looking for Zion Star. His cold tone brought to mind dark celestial skies, and my name sounded very formal coming off his tongue. Yeah, that must be a feat. Not a lot of Heaven's errand boys come looking for me. I'm not on the big guy's naughty list again, am I? You're Ms. Starr? He leaned forward even more, arms crossed over his chest, bulging against his gray t-shirt. Out of the corner of my eye, I could see my fellow bartenders Riley and Quinn staring at him. I nodded and pushed a strand of burgundy hair behind my ear. So what brings a pretty boy like you to Noir? Somehow I don't think it's just because you decided to take a walk on the wicked side and mingle with the commoners. He tensed, standing up extra straight. I'm here on official business for the holy representative of Northwest America. His milky white skin seemed to glow as he said it. Milky white skin, coral lips. I swear if you tell me his hair is black as ebony, I'm going to lose it. And? Is there somewhere private we can talk? I made a sweeping gesture at the room around us, just one big space with the bar dead center. Floor-to-ceiling windows revealing a star-streaked night formed the perimeter, and the only two exits were the sky door and the elevator for supernaturals without wings. Not to mention we were 100 stories up. Not so much, and I'm a bit busy, as you can see. The angel frowned. The HR wants to hire you for a job. He enunciated each word as it came out, as if I wouldn't understand him. And I forgot to read ahead, so I forgot to be condescending. The HR wants to hire you for a job. Which, actually, I didn't. Come again, Wings? My name is Eli. Oh, no. My name is Eli, he said with a very angelic glower. Of course it is, I crooned. So, Eli, I kind of thought I just heard you say that the holy representative, that is the direct ambassador between heaven and earth, God's right-hand man, all that's pure and holy, etc., wants me, an eternally damned soul sucker who's technically within the devil's jurisdiction, to work for him. Did I hear that right? Or did that extra shot of pixie dust in my cocktail push me up the far edge of crazy? I tapped my Twizzler red fingernails on the bar. That is a flattering description. Just a muscle in his jaw twitched. The HR wants you to join his security team temporarily. You know, when you've lived over 2.5 centuries, not a lot surprises you, but this was so surprising as to borderline on hilarious. Is this a joke? Are angels allowed to do that? Well, of course we can, but it's not a joke. His tone tightened. As did his ass with that stick in it. Anyway. Right. I rolled my eyes to emphasize how ridiculous all this was. Like my dripping sarcasm needed any help. Really, though, when he's got a team full of devoted angels that are 100 times stronger than the whole NFL on steroids, why would he need me? Something moved across Eli's face that almost looked like fear. He leaned in and gestured for me to do the same. I sighed and cast a quick sound bubble to keep our conversation private, which you couldn't have done in the first... Oh my god. Okay, whatever. New abilities as the plot demands, and we're on page 9, so that's a really good sign. We were so close I could feel the warmth coming off his cheek as he spoke in my ear. He was obnoxious, but man, did he smell amazing, like sunshine and sage. I do like the smell of sage. There's been a threat on the HR's life. His words vibrated in my ear, tickling my skin. He gets death threats every day, I countered. This one was different. He hesitated. Whoever's behind it has hired a vamp assassin. I pulled back a little and looked him in the eyes. Again, with a legion of angels, I don't see why this is a big deal. You guys are pretty evenly matched against vamps 1-to-1, let alone 1,000-to-1. This vamp's already broken through our defenses twice. We don't know how he's doing it, and your reputation as a bounty hunter is unparalleled. We figured with your skill set you could help us protect the HR and figure out who's behind this. I stared into his lavender eyes long enough... Oh, great, he's got Targaryen eyes. There's something. Long enough for him to think I was considering his offer. Sorry, but I'm a bartender and a bounty hunter, not a babysitter. Not to mention, I hate religious politics. I pushed myself back from the counter. Okay, then. If I'd thought his tone sounded formal before, it was nothing compared to how he sounded now. His feathers looked a bit ruffled. Wait. Do you mean that literally? Because I thought he had a glamour. Does he literally have ruffled feathers right now? I need to know this. I need to know. Anyway. And I suppressed a laugh. I didn't. Sure you don't want that drink now? I can make it taste like ambrosia or flower petals or whatever the hell you angels like to drink. Okay, time out. Ambrosia used to be my slang for... I'm gonna let that one go, actually. Considering I'm about to send this to Eli. And it involves his brother. Jesus Christ. Probably shouldn't invoke that either. My apologies. I smiled again, which seemed to rub him the wrong way. Did it also ruffle his feathers? No thanks. He gave me one last flash of those pale eyes before striding to the sky door and disappearing into the night. Riley was on me in less than a second, Quinn a couple moments later. In fairness, though, Riley had the advantage of werewolf super speed, and Quinn was just a plain old witch. Great exposition. B-. What was all that about, and more importantly, who the hell was that fine piece of flesh? Riley's brown eyes gleamed, and honestly, same. Who in heaven, actually? HR security, I added. The HR wants me to work a security detail. Not a big deal. How was that not a big deal? Quinn asked. Because I turned him down, end of story. They both kept staring at me, but over at the other side of the bar, I heard some impatient calls. We can talk more back at the apartment. Thirsty customers await. I'm sure they do. Quinn opened her mouth to argue, but then just sighed and strode off toward the customers. Riley crossed his arms over his chest and stomped off. Working with your best friend sucks sometimes. Wow, I fucking wish I had your problems, bitch. I turned around and looked out at the city skyline, winking and glittering before me like an undulating dragon. I'm sorry. I write multiple dragon OCs. The only one who moves in a way that could be termed undulating would be Token, and he would have a problem with this description. He would have a problem with this whole book so far, but anyway, we are on page. Are we on page 10? Really? Let me maybe I should do this one page. One page layout, automatic layout, page layout. Yeah. Yeah, 9 to 10. Oh, that's confusing. Okay, we'll just do that. To the north, a pale moon rose up over the Space Needle. Again, great name. In the opposite direction, the newly constructed Angel Tower. Pass. I am so sorry I'm subjecting you to this. If you've even gotten this far, because it's like, yeah, it's been more than 10 minutes. Anyway, the newly constructed Angel Tower rose 222 stories into the sky over downtown Seattle. Oh, they're in Washington. I have a friend in Washington. Oh, a couple friends in Washington now. A tribute to the HR and the angelic forces. The Angel Tower is a tribute to their forces. Did you get that? Here and there, I saw the sparkle of a hovercraft zipping through the sky. I thought hovercraft was a compound word. Am I incorrect? Highlight that. I took in a deep breath and let it out. It was my Zen moment. Okay, namaste, whatever. One of my regulars exited the elevator. A red light flashed across the small metallic bar mounted over the doors as it scanned and sent his unique DNA signature to the government supercomputers that watched for another non-human population like the one at the beginning of Evo. Evo? Not that anyone needed a scanner to tell them this 7-foot-tall beet red man was non-human. Government scanners, that feels really ominous to me. I don't know how I feel about that. He leaned up against the bar. Hey, Zai, can I get a demon's milk? This is fucking fantastic. You know what? I normally start books at 4 stars right off the bat. I was gonna drop this down to 3. I'm keeping it at 4 just for that shit. Sure, Ripper. My god, this is gonna be 331 pages of pure hilarity. I reached for an orange bottle and began pouring the milk into a shot glass. How's the night treating you? Great, but some annoying angel downstairs is about to get his ass kicked by a bunch of demon spawn. Well, that could make a nasty mess. I didn't need demon spawn skulking around my building. Grabbing my katana from under the bar. Okay, that is definitely an option. Sure, katanas. I slid it into the sheath on my back. Hey, I'll be right back, I called to Quinn and Riley. I walked to the sky door and yanked it open. The night air slid across my skin. I looked out over the city again, quiet and peaceful, and then I jumped. All right, that was chapter 1. Let me know what you thought about it. I would ask you to let me know what you think of my commentary, but I'm going to be doing commentary regardless, so cope, I guess. I will see you for the next book. Definitely let me know if this is a book that you would want to read. I can get you a Nook or Kindle link because it's not available on Google Play anymore. Right? And cheers.